John, if you're going to watch old cartoons, though, watch some Johnny Quests.
Johnny Quest is
Johnny Quest.
Sick.
First season, first 26 episodes are unbelievable.
Yeah, those are really good.
My favorites. Trying to fix my Facebook here, folks. Give me just a second.
That's funny because I'm trying to.
Russ reminded me on Friday to do it, and I was too tired to realize what he was talking about.
Then you realize 2 hours later, oh shit.
2 hours late. Oh yeah, hey, need to fix Facebook. Russ says, yeah, I told you right at the start of the program.
I realized it's not always a good idea to ignore Russ.
Not always.
Not always.
I'm gonna have to get up in a second.
Oh, I wish I had.
Come on in, everybody. We see you out there. Come on in. Hey, say what? Whiskey. Sorry, you can step on.
Oh, that's all right. You know what I wish I had on DVD was those Hanna-Barbera wacky racing episodes.
They're available.
Sean has all of those.
Yep.
I've watched a few of them on his Plex server.
Give me metal. Give me metal. Give me metal.
Especially the superhero stuff. I've got all of them except for Mighty Mightor. And there's one more that I don't have. Oh, Young Samson and Goliath. I really want to get that Young Samson volume.
Or just sit there and rewatch Batman the animated series.
Yeah, you can do that too. Or the Superman animated series is well worth it.
Oh, very good.
First season and a half of Legion of Superheroes is hilarious too. Really a lot of fun.
When they introduced Darkseid in the New Adventures of Superman? Was that what they called it? Superman, the animated series, wherever it was. That was like horrifying the way they did it. It was great.
Nice touches all over on those shows. Really good.
Yeah, I love those two series.
Welcome to Sunday Funnies, folks. Here's the opening. Come on in, folks. It's the 1st of October, 2023, and we're going to be looking at horror stuff for the whole month. I'll have a new opening next week. I swear I will. I tried to get one together for this week and just couldn't make it. I was watching too much TV, I guess. Come on in, folks. We're all here, and we're going to be taking a look at the Mutants. By one Bernie Wrightson.
Nice.
From Mother of Pearl, printed in 1966 through 1980. So it was printed in 80. Copyright 77, 1980. This is a collection of Bernie Wrightson's work before he kind of went mainstream, just as he was coming in. See a lot of real early Bernie here. A lot of great stuff. Still Bernie though. Still great.
I love the art in this series.
A lot of fanzine material.
It's very Will Eisner, isn't it?
Yeah, he definitely has some Eisner influence.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't.
A lot of great feathering work. A lot of great line work.
And like you can see his influence from Ghastly as well.
Yeah, especially that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The decade with Bernie Wrightson. It's a little intro by Bruce Jones, talking about his experiences with Bernie during this time. They're all big horror fans. Get that especially. Just a great piece.
I love the way the guy on the left on the boat is disappearing into the dark of the tree.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like he's coming out of the tree, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Gives kind of a Charon.
The girl looks really happy, doesn't she? Look at her face.
It definitely gives kind of a Charon vibe from it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the ferryman kind of feel from it.
Yeah.
Don't pay the ferryman.
Yeah.
Ferryman.
Don't
The
even
water-
fix the price.
So
The
what was
water
the-
on that image is exquisite.
Yeah. And here are the three witches. We'll get to know them a little better this month.
Lucy, Doocy, and Toothy.
Yes. Exactly. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. The old witch, the gatekeeper, and the other one.
And that one. So yeah.
That one. I know that's the old witch. Oh, the crypt keeper. Crypt keeper, and can't remember the third one, but we'll figure that out as we go along.
I like the tombstone with EC on it.
Yeah. Nice touch. A little bit of Jack Davis right there.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Can't help but see it. Yeah.
fabulous. Again, can't go wrong there.
Nope.
Nope.
Sure can't.
Look at that.
Mother Lode.
I think it's Toad.
Toad. Mother Toad. Yes. Mother Toad. A little bit of Frazetta look to it.
Yeah,
And see some of that feathering, some of the brushwork here.
hand lettered as well.
Makes
Yeah.
you think of Swamp Thing.
Yeah. Well, that's a gig he'll get here in a few years after
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's great.
When's that from? 67? Does it say in the top there? In the gutter?
69.
69.
Yep, it says Wrightson 69.
Right. Wow.
This might have been in a fanzine or squatrant or something.
Yeah.
Maybe even Wits End. I don't know. I know I stumbled across this book many years ago. I've had it for quite a few decades. I just love it.
I wish I could draw as well as that now. Never mind when he's 20
Yeah.
or whatever he was.
Yeah. Early 20s, I think, at this point. And a little bit of Zipatone. They're in the era of the 70s. Great black and white materials here. Two little zip, two
Yep.
different tones.
That guy looks like the Red Skull bottom right, doesn't he?
Little zombie.
Are they like mutated, like current civilization?
Probably.
And the other ones are like normal humans, but somehow.
Yeah.
Well, of course, all the girls are going to be
Yeah.
normal curvaceous.
I think it's got a kind of time machine vibe to it.
The Morlocks.
Sort of Planet of the Apes, except for the
Little frog here.
mutants have inherited society.
Mhm.
Breeding lab.
Breeding lab. What a great frog. Look at that
Ribbit.
frog. Ribbit. Look at that. No outline, just lines. Great panel.
Watching those things ingest food would be terrifying.
Yeah. Just seeing that out in the wild would be terrifying.
Just so all the beautiful girls are the weird, horrible monsters in this. That's funny.
Yeah.
This goes to show you when the world mutates, women don't have to worry about it. We can still keep our looks.
Here's your dinner. Yeah. And the task.
It looks like a good drawing of Conan, that, doesn't it?
Yeah, bird's eye view shot.
Yeah.
Great shot. Look at that.
Is that dinosaur dead? Is he?
Yeah.
Has he
Splattered.
whacked it?
See how they died out?
Must have
Yeah.
whacked. Yeah.
Yeah,
Conan-
Conan
Conan-
killed him.
Conan killed them all.
Conan done a lot of them.
This looks like white dot screen, zip screen, placed over top the inking in order to fade it back. Here. It's got a nice fuzzy look to it.
Forgot all about that stuff.
I love those days, especially with somebody who knew how to use Zipatone discreetly. There's just some great effects you could get from it. And again, no outline here for the head.
I like the water being black or whatever it is he's lying in, the liquid. That's great.
Just the brushwork on this is
Yeah.
amazing. A little bit of wash work here on it as well. I'm pretty sure it's not duo shade. It's got a little wash on it too, with a little white dot pattern over top of it to knock it back. Almost gives it a Corbin look to it, an airbrush look almost.
Yeah. I like the way he's done the sort of Conan thing. Might not be a Conan thing, but you'll understand what I mean. With the title, the way that the way it's all part of the part of it.
I would imagine this is Bruce Jones writing. So
Mhm.
I've
Nice
run across
lettering,
a
though.
few stories of his that are like that, large blocks of text all over. He hand lettered this long before computer lettering. The font size is a little larger than normal. Great shot.
Is this similar to what you and Russ are doing with the narrative on it like this, or is it? Are you not doing that?
Hopefully not that blocky. We'll see once I start lettering it. There's a lot of prose. I tried to keep as much of Howard in that story as I could.
I'll be honest, the way that the amount of actual text on the panels isn't huge, I don't think.
I'm sure we'll see once I start lettering it.
Unless you're going to change what I've seen. If
Nope.
what you've put down, well, then in that case,
Nope.
you've put an awful lot of descriptive stuff in for me to follow.
Yeah.
But the actual words and the descriptive panels, I've not seen huge amounts. So,
Well, I know it's there.
but then I know I've worked on stuff that's been very wordy in the past. So maybe I'm just comparing.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, don't forget, Russ. You're just an artist, so
Yeah.
you know what do you know about anything?
Well,
nothing.
The big thing I wanted to do with that is I didn't want to lose Howard's dialogue. I didn't want to lose his prose because it's really elegant and it's very unique. But I also didn't want to double track anything. You know, I didn't want to tell exactly what you're seeing in the panel either, because that's not what comics are about. You know?
See, this to me, the way it's very wordy, it's like an illustrated book, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. One of these days soon, we'll go through Black Mark. I've got a couple copies of that Gil
That'd be
Kane
cool.
and Archie Goodwin did.
This is lovely, though.
That'd be very cool to go through that, especially like in the Sage Seeds, like more of the classics where things came from.
Yeah.
See, what worries me is that second panel that the text is going over his eyes or his eye. I don't like that at all.
That could have been broken up into two pieces so that you could see his whole face.
I would have had
have-
that out of the box and white out of the background.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not destroyed his head or his eye. I don't like
Especially
that.
not the eyes.
I think he's working from a script here too, because there's a lot of space up here for dialogue. So. Same thing here. Better move that up
I
farther.
wonder who's lettered it. I wonder if Bernie has lettered it, because you'd think he wouldn't letter it over his own illustration, wouldn't you?
Well, I think back in these days, that's what was done. I think Bernie did the lettering on this himself. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think they paid a letterer to do it. It's a fanzine type work. It doesn't say.
Yeah.
But it's always the same when if you letter yourself as an artist, I don't know, the stuff that I've done, I've been very careful to show the important bits, as in the story, but I'm not overly precious about putting the text over the art, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So whereas maybe other people would be more thoughtful about it.
Well, when I do it, I take into consideration what the text is going to be if I'm writing it, or if I'm not writing it. I always take that into consideration for what's going in that panel and where I'm going to draw. You know.
Yeah. If you're doing both, if you're writing and drawing, that's definitely something you do. But then, I mean, how early on in his career was this?
Real early.
This is super early.
Yeah, so
1970.
even though he's producing fantastic art, he still might have the whole sort of, sequential art within comic books and the story aspect, but you might still be quite new to it. So,
it could be done because of expediency.
there's so many reasons for it.
It was probably done due to non-experience. Tell you the truth. You know, he just did it in order to get the story in there, and worked it out. This is a fanzine work. Anyway, so it's not like he's really getting paid for it.
No.
This is what he's doing in between his day job.
Yeah. That's amazing.
You see, it's the way that as well. If you look in there's a lot of space lost between the panels.
Mm-hmm.
Where that, like again on that second panel there, on that, all over on the left hand page with the second panel, they're covering his eye again. If that box would have been moved up, or the whole thing, and then used below as well, you could have got away with.
Away with that.
Yep.
And it's fantastic artwork, as we know, and the writing's probably good as well if you took time to read it. But I don't like the way that the writing is taking over the art.
Yeah. Yep. But we know that happened quite a bit in the 70s, like when we were looking at that Don McGregor work a couple of weeks ago. That was so wordy.
I mean, just look at it like in the 1960s and stuff too. I mean, X-Men #1 has that very famous panel where you see Magneto's arms and legs and the balloons over him.
Yeah.
It's like you left out Jack Kirby, completely. There's a bubble and there's arms and legs around it. This is like, right.
And that's because they're just turning it out and they don't care, isn't it? They just get it out. Doesn't matter. It's a comic.
Oh yeah.
And he gets the girl in the end.
Of course he does.
Only bloodily.
Why wouldn't he?
I turn, trying to smile. She smiles in return, and I see for the first time the ageless evil mirrored in the depths of her eyes.
Oh.
For the 5th time, my fingers tighten on the shaft of my blade. For the 5th time, its worn edge must drink blood. For the first time, a tear wells in my eye. I approach, smiling through misty vision. Soon my task will be over.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Well, that's
A lot of narration just for that pen.
Let's finish that story off quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then here, this really looks like a lot of Captain Stern starting up here.
Oh yeah,
Very
definitely.
much in that style. Look at the cartooniness of it. And again, a lot of Eisner here. Very much so.
Yeah.
See that right there.
Yeah. Is that Nick? Is that Nick Fury at the bottom there?
Well,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
A big-
He's everywhere, isn't he?
He's everywhere, isn't he? Yeah.
Again, this is way before 2000 AD, but there's vibes.
Yeah.
They've the
It's-
artists have obviously had this in their hands when they've done to draw.
It's that black humor, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also the just the way that it looks.
Hey, boys, it's a free for all.
I remember one Judge Dredd story. I think it was Ron Smith drew it, and it's one of the first ones I read. And somebody I was on the shelf on the window ledge, and all the crowd was shouting, "Jump, jump, jump, jump!"
Yeah.
And Dredd threatened to arrest them for inciting violence, and they all ran
Yeah.
away. And then he arrested the guy on the ledge and put him 20 years in the ISO cubes for a false alarm or something.
Yeah,
because he said I wasn't really going to jump.
Well, that's inappropriate use of a judge's time.
That's right.
5 years in an ISO cube. You're welcome, citizen.
This has really got a Marie Severin, not Brandeck vibe.
Yes, it has. Yeah, Marie Severin, Nick Fury.
Yeah. They just, speaking of inciting, they just arrested an influencer here in Philadelphia that was encouraging people to loot.
Oh, well, so they
Wow.
should.
She caught him on tape telling him to go, man, go and run. So they arrested her for inciting.
Damn.
Is that the leaves on that guy's back there? The shadows of the leaves.
Here, yes.
Yeah, isn't it fantastic that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, that right hand page. There's definitely Eisner in there, and
Yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Get the guy's head at the top on the right hand page.
yeah,
That's Ian Gibson, isn't it?
yeah, little,
Yeah.
yeah,
Halo Jones, you know.
See
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Love the skull, though. Yeah, everybody's feeding off of everybody. That looks a lot like Plug in here, like the fantasy, like Weird World that we looked at.
The guy two over from that looks like Lyndon Johnson.
Right here.
No, next one.
This
That one. That guy there looks like Lyndon
Like
Johnson.
WCP. Yeah. It's another flat on shot standing on the
Yeah.
great little mushroom stool there. Toadstool stool. Great. Triceratops there.
Oh, Triceratops.
Yeah.
Hello, dinosaurs.
Then this lettering. The lettering up here is very Von Baudet.
Yeah.
Very Von Baudet-ish right there.
That side on of the dinosaur at the top looks a bit like Dragon Man.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah, the top, right at the top. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That bird's eye on the first page, last panel, is really cool.
Mm.
Here? No, here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
On that page, on the right hand page there, next to Lyndon Johnson, when he's sort of walking onto you, when he's walking on your head, it's a really good shot, that isn't it?
Yeah.
We got the Jack Davis foot.
Worm's eye view here.
Yeah,
Looking up. Yeah.
Flap at that.
and then on the next
Slap it
panel, he's leading with his right foot, which obviously shows he's walking, but it's really clever. That's really good.
Just a poor fool.
Aren't we all?
The game that plays you.
Oh, that's like a Steranko page where the angled page, the third
Yeah.
panel is it? That's a kind of Steranko type of thing.
It's amazing stuff. Look at that old bookkeeper there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's really looking at it, isn't he? That guy.
Yeah.
that's creepy.
Can I help you, sir?
Great.
Would you like a paper bag for that book?
Great expressions in these faces.
Mm-hmm. Skeptical.
Batman.
Nonsense. It's well worth it, whatever the cost. Very well done. This one sells for $50. I'll take it. Game
It's a lot of lettering.
leaves the store in triumph. Hand lettering. Yeah. Again, barely running on an Ames. It looks like. You see it pretty shaky here in places.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I just think he's put it down, hasn't he? That lettering there, that Steranko lettering, let's call it, that's difficult to do, isn't it?
Here?
Yeah.
Or here. That would be
Not,
rough.
not the first one you said.
Yeah.
It's easier to do that title than that.
Yeah.
It's a little haunt of fear, a little nod to DC.
Strange books.
And you can't, you might not be able to see it, but there's kind of a smudge technique here. I don't see very often. It's got a lot of lines here, and then here for the wrinkles, he's using kind of like a smudge, almost a dry brush technique here. And then again, in the face, he's using some really thin lines. The printing has a hard time picking them up. They're so delicate, like the bottom chin line here.
Yeah.
Some more little smudge with some lines over top of it. He's really playing around here. It's really what these fanzines were for. Beautiful hair, though. He's got that brush down already. Get all the detail back here in the shop. It's just great work. And I like this. He goes past the panel border, blends it right in with its bottom panel.
Yeah. Got a 3D fit effect, hasn't it?
Yeah. With the countertop coming out. Real nice.
It's very classy.
Good hand.
Great lighting always.
Yeah. You can see a lot of Bernie Wrightson there coming through.
Yeah.
A lot of the shadow solids.
Yeah, the lighting technique he uses, especially that guy at the top, reminds me of the James Whale Frankenstein films.
Yeah, it does.
In the 30s, you know,
Yeah.
that dramatic angle and.
Yeah, and anybody into horror, if you haven't seen those James Whale Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, you really need to look those up. Those are
Carlos.
super classic. Yeah.
Yeah, Bride of Frankenstein's one of the best of the classic Universal horrors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's say that. And Son of Frankenstein's really good too.
That's a last panel on the last page. The silhouette in the door there.
Yeah.
You make out the outline of the sword is slightly lighter than the rest of it. It's well done.
Yeah. Great word look there. All you need are the eyes. Bloody sword. There we go. Pure horror. Right there. Nice sequence.
Very sort of Gene Colan, isn't it? That
Yeah.
really loose and almost uninkable, you know.
Yeah, this page especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is great for setting mood. Just a couple of silhouettes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Those,
faces coming clearer, nearer. Go ahead.
A couple of the perspective on those panels there are definitely straight out of that Gene Colan vampire thing.
Yeah. I like this sequence here. It really stands out to me. Focusing in on the eye and the terror. Nice little demon.
He managed to slice off his own head with this old sword is beyond me.
Well, Quentin,
Right.
Quentin
Oh, look,
always
that's
did
what he's
want
done
to
at the-
get ahead.
That's what he's done at the top, isn't it? I just realised. He's holding his head.
Yep,
Oh, yeah,
that's awesome.
he is. Took it right
And he's,
up.
and he's talking as well.
He's like, oops, Butterfingers.
Yeah.
So he changes back from a vampire to a man, I guess.
That's what. Tim, all right.
Look at
Good
that.
Lord, what a mess. Oops.
He says, well, Quentin always did want to get ahead.
Yeah.
Don't miss my next throbbing thriller. Oof.
Giggity.
That looks like a quickie. There.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I forgot to do that last panel. I've got to post it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks a lot looser than the last one, doesn't it? Especially the bottom panel with that guy with the wings.
Yeah.
Very, very loose, very quick.
This here.
Yeah. It's like he didn't spend a lot of time.
A case of conscience.
That's great, isn't it? Look at them stairs.
Yeah.
And the not shadows, but the light next to the
use
door
Yeah.
cast by the
window.
by the balustrade.
As usual, the lighting is just
Yeah.
it strikes you every time.
This is great. Real wide open. Again, he's back to his larger font here, too, on his letter. Just a whole dusty, moldy smelling.
And again, when he's at that big panel, when he's holding up the candles, they're going into the other two panels as well.
Yeah. Just a great page. I'd stare at that for a while. The line work on the
Yep.
furniture is just amazing.
That moon's big. You should be worried about that.
The moon.
The moon.
Line in the first thing, he's like, "Why am I here?"
Yeah.
His name is Tom.
Hmm.
That it can't be Annie.
Why are any of us here?
Because our parents had sex.
Well, that'd do it.
Some crazy folds here.
Again, this is a very Ian Gibson, especially that girl there that you said about the folds. It's very Ian Gibson style.
And very much posed like that, yeah.
Or Ian Gibson's like this, I should say.
Yeah.
She has an incredibly long thigh.
She does, yeah. She's 17 feet tall.
Mm.
She's actually standing in a trench on the previous page when she's put her arms around him. He's on a box and she's in a trench.
Yeah, her knee should have ended right about at the end of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look very happy, does he?
Well,
Is
she's
she
got
dead?
really long knees.
Yeah, but she's dead. She's supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
I'd be a bit unhappy as well.
She got better.
You can see which film he was watching there, can't you? In that house.
Yes.
Yeah. No man, blood.
Little psycho house to you there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That just definitely looks like the Psycho House.
For some reason this guy here reminds me of Frazetta.
Yeah.
I mean Frazetta in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of look like him.
It's geezer.
set. What's that?
Oh my god.
I love that. It is absolutely amazing.
And then suddenly zombies. Just
Zombie.
everywhere.
Servant's entrance is in the back.
Choked with horror and gasping in disgust, backs away. But takes only 2 steps before being tripped by long bony fingers.
It's not a good zombie piece of art unless you can smell it from the image.
Frank Frazetta fights Mike Plug zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, that smells the attic. We stored in the attic for so long, the book just smells like it.
No need to draw the rest of the body here. Just what's necessary. This zombie flying back. Crazy stuff.
When did zombies ever make their first appearance?
In
Well,
comics?
this is 70 here.
In anything.
They kind of start as a vampire
Right.
connotation. So you can make the argument that I Am Legend, that some of the vampires are a bit more zombie-like. So that was Romero's inspiration for Night of the Living Dead.
What is the origin of the word zombie, though? Isn't that something to do with like?
It's old, but yeah.
Something to do with
Voodoo, right?
voodoo. Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of the places where the origin of it comes from.
Yeah, it's to do with African and Caribbean religions.
Yeah.
Caught.
It goes back to it's Africa
Animated,
first,
yeah.
and it was taken over to basically Haiti.
Rush lines here.
I want to know what zombies do when when you see them walking down the street. One always loses his arm. Well, you've only got 2 goes at that, haven't you?
But then they just keep walking.
What does he do next
They
week
just,
when he's got
they just
no
keep
arm?
walking. They just keep walking. They're just
Just keep
stupid.
walking. Yeah.
You seen in
And
that?
They're like the Black Knight. Come back, I'll bite your kneecap.
Yeah. When he goes in that when that Simon Pegg goes in that shop and he slips on that blood, doesn't he? Outside the fridge, and they're all coming after him, and he don't know. Ooh, whack!
Yeah, according to The Undead 18th Century by Linda Troost, zombies appeared in literature as far back as 1697
Wow.
and were described as spirits or ghosts, not cannibalistic fiends. They arrived on the film scene around the same time as their monster peers, Frankenstein and Dracula, with the 1932 release of White
White
Zombie.
Zombie.
Okay.
Forgot about that movie. That's how it goes, and where the band gets their name from.
That makes sense.
There you go. So, I mean,
White Zombie was written by Bram Stoker, I think.
Yeah.
comics would have followed on from there. That was 1932. So,
If you think of things like The Crow, I mean, he's like a revenant, which is kind of zombie-like too.
So, well, a white, if they're not talking like if it's spelled like the way I think it's spelled,
WYGHT.
yeah, then it could be a mythical creature in itself.
Mhm.
I mean, D&D probably got it from somewhere.
this stuff.
From classic horror movies and literature.
Do you think this stuff, the artwork, is done one to one because it's not as intricate as the other stuff?
It looks like it, especially with the lettering here.
Yeah, large.
Looks like it might have been,
Yeah.
same size. Not sure. Wouldn't be surprised though. Those brush strokes look pretty 100% here. Nice little thin lines here to drop the background back as he poisons the punch bowl. While the party was in progress, you spiked the punch, using enough arsenic to poison half the city.
Spiking a punch always gets it off to a bit of a bang, though, doesn't it? Eh?
Probably caused all the zombies.
Oh, so he's returned to the scene of the crime,
Yeah.
and he's being punished by evil spirits. Maybe vengeful spirits.
Vengeful dead, yes. Outside the room, he could hear them lurching and stumbling, painfully making their way down the hall.
It's very classical writing. Like the bad guy gets it in the end, and you're happy because he's the bad guy.
Yeah, and they out there. Good Lord. It's the people you murdered more than 10 years ago. Already the door begins to buckle beneath the massive weight of the onslaught.
You're not looking terrible for 10 years.
Well, there's still time. All right, Tom. Tom, 10 years. But now I'm all yours. And then the door gave way.
So what? I missed what he did. What did he do?
He spiked the punch with arsenic at the
right.
party.
Got
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. Yeah.
Normally, you do
Yeah.
it with vodka, but he decided to do it with arsenic.
So she died as well. Then
Yeah.
they all died.
Full
I think it was because he was jealous of her or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she was marrying somebody else, wasn't she?
Darn it.
Well, he doesn't really look like a very nice man.
You weren't the only one. At least a half a dozen other men were rivaling for me. My family turned you away when you asked for my hand, said you weren't good enough. So plans were made that I married one of my other suitors. They were set with you. Yeah, that's what it was. Spoiled the reception, so they got their revenge.
So John Lennon wrote a song about him, didn't he?
Huh. Which song was that?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said jealous guy.
No.
I thought it was.
It sounded good in me. It sounded good in my head, but obviously it wasn't.
Somebody told me there'd be days like these. I thought it was that.
Yeah.
Adapted from Washington Irving's short story by Virgil Worth, illustrated by Jeff Jones, Alan Weiss, and Bernie Wrightson, 1970. So there's a little Jones, a little Weiss in here too.
That's not that Jeffrey Catherine Jones, is it? Have I got
Yes.
the name wrong? It's that
Jeff Jones.
that person.
Yeah.
Right.
He shared a studio with them in
Oh, right.
Barry for a while, the studio, and
Right.
William Kaluta.
Right, I didn't know that.
That again reminds me of Will Eisner
Mm-hmm.
on the left there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thin lines again, pushing the background back farther. It says an illustrated story.
Yes. That's Agatha Harkness on that horse.
Yeah.
Agatha.
Yeah, look at he's got Jack Davis' feet. Agatha Harkness with Jack Davis' feet.
Wow.
Can't beat it.
Flap a dap.
It's a mixture of solids and line work here. Just popping through. Just a great, great panel. Horses.
Some very long faces.
Yeah.
Horse walks into a bar.
Yeah. You actually have a hard time telling which one's the horse.
More lighthearted and cartoony here.
It's oh god, yeah. Again, it might be 1-to-1. There's very
Yeah.
thick lines, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. It looks like it could be 1-to-1, easy. Yep. And the font, the lettering looks about right size for it being 100%. There we go. Ichabod endeavored to dodge the horrible missile, but too late.
Oops.
It encountered the back of his head with a tremendous splatter. A windmill of spidery arms and legs as he went careening into the dust. Gunpowder, the goblin rider, and the black steed passed by like a whirlwind. Smack. Jack Davis right there. Yeah. Actually, Jack Davis all over this page,
Yeah.
even on the horse's expression.
The only thing that's missing is a hole in the shoe.
Yeah. There's some shadows.
Is that Abraham Lincoln there?
That. It's from that time.
It's a hell of a mustache. So it's like a piece of bread or a cheese wedge or something. The guy with the mustache is eating.
Here? Or here?
Is it a? Yeah, it's a.
Or a melon, or a
Yeah,
bit of.
looks like a melon.
Yeah, I got a melon. From
Could it be a bit of pumpkin? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're supposed to have a pumpkin head, isn't he?
Yeah. It's a shading here through line work. It's against the harshness of the hair here. Not quite as feathered as in the previous stories. He's got a little bit of that here, though. The solids here, just great stuff. Look at that.
Great
Show the
leaves.
Yeah, great leaves.
Make
sighing
a
again,
tree and
Yeah.
leave. No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the verbal sigh.
That's all right.
It was not meant. It was not meant for anybody.
Stake out.
Steak.
I was just thinking the same thing.
70. Now for a quiet story.
Quiet, yeah.
Look at
Look at the face.
Yeah. Look
The
at the
face
expression
and
on
the-
his face. Just great.
Just it's all over the place. But that top left panel, first page.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. It really does set the tone for the.
Yeah.
Is he supposed to be creeping along? Is that why his knees coming up so high?
Must be. Yep. Yeah, he's sneaking. Here too.
Like you wouldn't see him.
Like an old Looney Tunes cartoon. Sneak, 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 sneak.
Look on the church on the fifth panel where he's sneaking there. Look how he's left the fascia out, or whatever you call it, on the building. Isn't that fantastic the way he just left it out?
Doesn't need it. Yep.
Brilliant.
Walking into the crypt.
Is he killing a vampire or
Yeah. Over and over again.
is he a vampire?
Everybody needs a hobby.
He's He's making sure. That's what he's doing.
Is this
Obviously, he didn't do it well enough because he's shocked here.
No.
You know?
like the
Something's going
spy
on.
versus spy of vampires?
Is he
Yeah.
going to turn and say, "Oh, the heart was on the left"?
Look at this tongue. Brilliant.
Your other left.
Other left.
Hmm.
The three witches are there.
No matter where we go, somebody always manages to dig us up. Why can't they just let us rest in peace?
Yeah, this is one piece of graduated zip right there
Yeah.
that he left there. Just cut out the parts he didn't want, starting from almost solid black to about a 20% tone here.
It's like a Cerebus, isn't it? They've
Yeah.
seen,
Cerebus probably took the layout from this.
of course, yeah.
Oh, you can guarantee that Dave Sim was looking at a lot of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody was back then, though. Anytime they could find it.
But with Cerebus, the harsh blacks
Mhm.
and the lots of negative space, and yeah, I mean, it was obvious it was getting inspiration from this kind of thing.
It's right from that era too. So look at this. Here's some illustrations for you.
On that third panel, is that pencil? Just pencil? Those trees? Yeah. Is that just pencil, or is it a dry brush?
No, it does. It looks like a charcoal, like
Yeah.
a dry, like a graphite wash. But
Well,
Yeah.
this whole thing has got more texture to it again.
It
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
this
More
is
of a
all
colon
thin lines
pencils
back
look.
here, though.
Look at the bushes in the foreground.
Yeah.
Right? The dark grass there.
Just great. It's kind of a texturing technique here that was used quite a lot during that period. Looks like a pastel pencil, maybe a graphite charcoal.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Well, apparently, Helen was telling me that somebody, some firm, is making a 15B pencil. So that's going to be a good one. Going to get
All
one of
we
them.
do is take it out and it just fades.
Yeah. 15B. I'm going to get one of those.
You have to sharpen it with a laser.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. Chew up your sharpener. Dull it out in a hurry. You have to probably do it with an X-Acto, a sharp X-Acto blade.
Whiskey's thinking 15B. What's that?
Well, I use a scalpel on my pencils anyway, so
Yes,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, I used to, but I use a clutch pencil.
right.
I've done for ages and ages now, and it's a big, thick. It's got to be like 3 mil, maybe width
Yeah.
of lead, like in a proper pencil. So it's like a
Yeah.
lead in a pencil, but I have a mechanical sharpener for it that just grinds it down. So.
Got to keep your lead in your pencil.
Oh yeah, it's important, especially for us old fellas.
Right. No problem I have.
Oh, look at that.
It's a bubbly mushroom.
He is the father of pain. Look at that.
Look
He's
at
killed him.
Yeah, look at those two on the end there.
Oh, dear.
These here.
With the way those young people are sort of part of those bugs.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh,
That's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, it's freaky.
It's like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland has some kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's terrifying.
A little bit.
There's the Reaper of Love. Father of pain. He eats broken hearts and drinks their tears. Drinks shed tears.
Yeah, well, everybody needs a, good refreshing.
Hobby. Yeah.
Well, no, that's more of a, decent drink.
Get that graduated tone there. This looks like all little line work here. To show the texture of the road or the ground.
Yeah, he's gone all in on this, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That boy.
All the shade lines are pointing right to this guy.
That boy, and the second panel where he's sitting on the mushroom thing. That boy, the hair on that boy there, and the pose is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really nice. And underneath his trousers, where his boots go, you can see the light shining up.
Yeah.
Or his dress or whatever it is he's got on, but you can see the light at the top of his boots.
Yeah.
Reflected light. Fabulous.
It's a hell of a mustache.
Again,
Gorgeous.
Again, looking at him, the hair on that head of the first panel and the shadow and the pose and everything, you can tell that he's looking directly at him, can't you? The way the tip of the head.
It's lovely old quiff he's got going on there.
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of hair product on that.
Yeah. He looks like Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town, doesn't he? What's he called?
Kenny Rogers?
Kenny Rogers in that second panel. or maybe Gib, Staying Alive.
Yeah. And this is that charcoal or that
That's great, isn't it?
Grease pencil.
I think I'll have to try
shading
that.
here.
That's a great effect. And then the rain going across it as well.
Yeah.
How good is that? And he's got him, killed him.
Just steals his own sword and stabs him.
Yep.
Kid him good.
Dead with it. Yep.
Kid him good.
Little detail. Frogs here. Yeah. That looks Hogarthian almost right here. Looks like Hogarth's Tarzan that we just looked at.
That's great, isn't it?
Hey, what are you doing with my sword? Oh.
Line work and charcoal back here too. Yep, Gurk. Little sheen off of the sword there.
What a way to go with your own sword.
Yes. Hey, it's back and sleeping.
And he's back in the room.
Yep.
So the title of that is Out on a Limb, and this mutant gentleman here has multiple extra limbs.
Yeah, he's got at least 3 arms.
At least, yeah.
It's like we're all looking at the detail here in the tree, though. Just in the water, it's just amazing.
Limb, 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 limb.
Yep. 1970 again.
These trees are excellent.
He has an extra arm. That line work here, just great. Here as well. Look at that. It's reminds me a lot of Frazetta. And in here, this panel.
Yeah, he's not quite got his style yet, has he? You can see.
You're seeing bits and pieces of it here as it's coming together.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He's still got those other influences in, and
Yeah.
seeing the development. What were you saying, Alison?
No, I was gonna say you can definitely see it. The Frazetta in there, especially with the hard black and everything, and then the way you feather the
Background.
yeah.
Yeah. Reed Crandall, too, a little bit in there. And that's somebody we haven't looked at yet.
We should.
Got the first archive of Blackhawks. I should see how much of that between Eisner and Crandall.
We were talking about doing Blackhawk.
Pardon?
We were talking about doing Blackhawk, weren't we?
Yeah. Is that another quick zip screen back here? Just to drop it back. All line work here. Ugh,
Did Reed
that's
Crandall
crazy good.
work for Marvel?
Not that I'm aware of. Especially not during the Marvel era. He was doing more book illustration at that point.
Right.
He did Blackhawks for Quality and then went and worked for EC for a while. I'm not sure where he went after that. Probably into fine illustration or teaching.
Did he not do some work on Kirby in Timely before the war?
He might have.
Really early on.
Probably.
I thought he was an inker at Marvel at one point. Was he an inker at DC?
He might have inked some of the horror short stories for EC at one point.
Right. So where have I seen his work then?
I don't remember him doing a lot of probably out of the EC work. That's
Right, I'm
probably
gonna say
where he's at his high point. Yeah.
I know him from EC primarily. So
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then from there, he did. I think he did some work for Warren quite a bit on the early Jim Warren books.
So he does.
Eerie
He does
and
make.
creepy.
I've seen him mainly in horror. Then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Horror, maybe some of the Tarzan illustrations, the Edgar Rice Burroughs stuff.
Right.
Him
I just
and what's his name? Twinkle.
I just thought he was an inker at Marvel at some point, but
he could have been.
He is an
I just-
incredible
yeah,
inker.
I've just
Wouldn't
got-
surprise me. Yeah.
I've just got Conan's Daredevil in my mind. But I'm wrong, aren't I? He didn't ink Conan's Daredevil.
That would be real interesting to see. I don't remember him doing it though.
Right. I'm probably getting mixed up, but
I'll have to look him up and see what he exactly what he did.
It's definitely possible. He worked for Marvel. I mean, people bounced around, so
yeah.
Well, a lot of those guys bumped around
Yeah.
all over wherever they could get a gig. That's how that works.
I'm trying to work out what the skeletal structure looks like underneath the three arms there. Is like a shoulder joint in his spine.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's got a third arm off of his spine. Pardon me.
Yep.
Look at that. It's all
That'd be
feathery
very
in here.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why he's so angry. Little moire pattern working here.
mm.
Yeah.
If that's intentional or not, but it turned out real well. Doesn't go through the figures, so it must have been intentional.
I'm going to call it a happy accident.
Yeah.
You think you'd go to a doctor or something, like,
Yeah.
hey doc, they got this third arm thing.
But it's growth.
It's probably the whole point of the story.
No. Don't give us story logic.
Yeah.
Look at
That's,
those eyes in the back of the neck.
Yeah.
Yep. Jesus.
I didn't miss a page.
That mad scientist there is terrible.
So what? You were breaking up
I was saying that mad scientist there is terrifying.
here?
Yeah.
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 Very Frankenstein-esque.
This is very, very
Stop.
Wrightson here at this
Okay.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. There's James Whale again, isn't it? With that big
Yeah.
electrical thing buzzing on his head.
It's a cross-hatching pattern.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at the cross hatching on the left-hand page with the guys with the eyes in the neck, though.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's following the folds of the clothing here
Yeah.
on that shading. in order to bring it out more. Almost looks like a old style illustration wood carving
Yes.
type of work back here. Just beautifully done. Bringing the electricity in. Oh, that's as far as that goes. Oh, he fried him. That's what happened. Brought the electricity in and he charred him up. That's why he's looking so surprised.
Go.
Yeah,
Oops.
that's a crazy piece. Fun. Oh, so well done, though. Look at those flasks.
I'll fix you right up.
Look at that compared to, you know, what he ended up doing, which was sort of Frankenstein. You know, this is Frankensteinish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the
then
other
what he did, you know, with Frankenstein. Wow.
Yeah. Had the other proto Frankenstein story was when he was working with Warren too.
We have a couple of plates in the back of this book that didn't make the Frankenstein book that he had done. So we'll take a look at those before we're over here. Conjure Woman.
Boing. Right, kids.
Sugar's here.
Great.
You got
Oh, sorry, we've been ignoring the chat. That's terrible.
You got a third arm. What a coincidence!
Look
You
at
got a
that.
third leg.
Look at that guy there. Look, who's he got on the end of his string?
This guy here.
Yeah. Who's that?
Almost looks like Trump.
Yeah.
It does.
50 years before Trump, there he is dangling his head.
Yeah.
The Simpsons have got nothing on Bernie Wrightson.
That's right.
Sorry, chat. Didn't mean to ignore you. HR is in the house.
Look at that.
Levi's in the house.
Look at that pot, how it's raging with fire. No, it's white hot. Look, how good is that?
I'm making a comic page right now. It says, my favorite era of Bernie is the 70s work.
Yeah.
Levi said first saw Wrightson's work in an edition of Stephen King's Cycle of the Werewolf. King had him do spot illustrations for some of the Dark Tower books as well. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Cycle of the Werewolf. Yep.
Only
The Dark Tower stuff he did paintings for. Later on. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I said one of the only reasons I have some of the current Dark Tower books, or the recent ones, because it has his art on it.
Yeah. Masterful work, the brush lines. Yeah. Wow, that's a classic. Yep. Back when artists couldn't rely on colors, they had their shading and contrast well developed. Yeah, they had to. Yep. Zip screens and all that. This great era, though. Not afraid to do stuff in black and white. Text should have been reversed, negative. Yep. Black box, white, light gray text. Yep. Back then, that they'd have had to do that photographically, and nobody's got the probably the time or the ability to do that, unless you laid it out and lettered it in white paint.
Yeah.
Ingalls, Eisner, Frazetta. Yep. Also Rockwell. Yeah, I can see a little bit of that in there. McKay. Yeah. The sleeping, the bed. Yeah. I love when panels are broken and it doesn't break the reading. That example you showed is a good example. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Glad you're here, Jens. Got to go. Bye, everybody. You have a great Sunday. All right. Dave, thanks for popping by. We're always archived over at our YouTube channels, Indie Comics Network, Black Belt Comics, and the Randy Zim channel. You can always finish us up over there. You got a third arm. What a coincidence. I got a third leg. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for the input, Chris.
Another happy accident. Oh, well, down the garbage chute with you. Yeah. Oh, great. Glenn stumbled on a new conspiracy theory.
What's that?
I'm not sure.
Neither am I.
I was the last one up here. The last remark. Just look at the line work here. It's just amazing. Just crazy.
Yeah. I wish I was that good.
Yeah. If you can study that for texture for
Oh yeah.
Hours.
That's
Great stuff.
that soup must be really hot.
Yeah. Yeah, the bottom of the pot's white hot.
Soup.
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 You have to stir that constantly.
A lot of Graham Ingalls here.
Well, according to the recipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all Graham Ingalls. On that.
Yeah. Go ahead, my son, go out and wreak your just havoc on the all too deserving world. Splat.
Bloot.
It's deserving a Don Martin sound effect right there.
Yeah.
Splap-a-dap.
And that's the end of it, eh?
That's the end of it. On to Maudlin Love Comics. Looks like something that National Lampoon would have printed.
A bit of a nipple going on there.
Is there? Did I miss it? Uh-oh.
Am I? Oh my god! No, I've just
Oh.
seen the top of the strip.
Oh.
That's no.
There's a little bit right there. Yeah.
No,
It's all art.
no, no.
No.
We need to turn the page.
No.
We need to turn the page.
Little too hard. Little too hardcore for you.
It's
Maudlin Love.
yeah.
That is, yeah.
That's no.
Meanwhile,
Nosferatu. I
Nosferatu.
love this piece he did. This is reprinted in his Eerie collections, Eerie and the Two Arm books. They reprinted that in his collection of that. Nosferatu story. Can't think of the other one.
Eerie and Creepy.
Yes, Eerie and Creepy. His I got the hardcover of his Eerie and Creepy stuff, and they reprinted that in this. I love this little piece. It's the way he depicted Orlok, especially the little bit where he's like at the dock in the top right panel on the on the right page. I love that. It's this, like little drawing, but I think it really kind of captures Orlok.
Yeah.
So he has the hand and everything. He
Great
definitely
way.
got the whole thing that Orlok was the plague.
Yeah.
And I also love his introduction they did on the left page in the third panel.
Cowboy Lock. Yeah.
I redrew this entire thing once just because I was studying it and I was like, I have to know every line.
Yeah. It's great stuff. Little great use of zipper tone back here.
Mm-hmm.
There too, just to drop it back enough. Ghastly Horror Comics.
Oh, they found me.
Uh-oh. It's a good lord. Good lord.
SWAT.
Hands coming up. Classic. Yeah. Now for the portfolio.
Does that creature just have one eye?
Which creature? Here? Here?
Middle
That looks
panel.
like an
Or
eye.
sorry. The middle, yeah. The
Right
far
there?
right.
Yeah, you might only have one eye.
You see it?
No, it's got two.
Oh, no.
Got two.
It's got two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just shadow. That's all.
Yep.
I see.
Oh, he's Conan again.
Yep. It's a little barbarian. The mutant man with a girl.
Just goes to show that looks aren't everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The lighting in that. Good
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Again, all cross hatching back here. It's all solid and line work. 70 again.
Wow.
69.
Those are great.
This little Orlok looking demon character.
A long arm, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a very long arm.
It's Reed Richards with a Batman helmet on.
A couple of them too. There's an elbow there. He's got super long
Oh,
arms.
I love that. That's
Yeah, I do
like
too.
Slender Man stuff. That's
Yeah.
creepy. If his arm had been the right
Yeah.
length, it wouldn't
would-
have.
It wouldn't work, would it?
It wouldn't have the same creepiness, would it?
Yeah. I just love that horse's hoof. Look how he just squiggles it out at the bottom.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know, I'm coming down with something. I'm plummeting
good.
fast. Yeah,
I hope you get over it soon.
so do I. It's just starting.
It's all the dust from these old books.
I can feel myself going down.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
You take care of yourself, buddy.
Wow, look at the shading on that one on the right, that lagoon guy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic?
Swamp thing looking.
Yeah.
A couple of flasks here.
Amazing.
Failed experiment.
Do you know, I love the way he does on the drawing on the right. You know the shading on it? It makes it look like he's shining, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really thin line.
There's movement in the drawing.
Yeah, it's fantastic,
There
isn't
is.
it? Like he's shimmering.
You do not get that these days, it seems. With a lot of
Very,
art.
very Adams. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With feathering. That's from 71.
The tendrils are just hilarious.
See, what people like Wrightson and Adams did, and Buscema and what have you, is they gave the impression of the real world. We were
Yeah.
speaking about this before with surrealism or impressionism. Sorry, they gave the impression of the real world because they understood anatomy, they understood composition, weight, and all those things. And
Mhm.
what's happened is since you've got a lot of artists who are going for like a hyper realism, and as good as those artists are, and there are some great artists about, there's something lost in that.
Yeah.
And if you look at Neil Adams' stuff, his stuff is beautiful. His anatomy's great, but it's bonkers. I mean, just go look at his stuff.
Mhm.
It's impressionism. It's not realism. It's
Oh, yeah.
and that's what makes it exciting to look at and take on.
That's
and
good comics, though. Over exaggeration.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Completely
But
agree.
it's being lost. It's being lost in this
Yeah.
in this world where everything's at hand, every reference. And don't get me wrong, you should have reference, but like tracing everything or getting everything just so it's absolutely correct. I mean, if I've done it myself, would I have put those long arms on that guy that we were looking at just now? Maybe I wouldn't have. Maybe I'd have gotten that wrong. Whereas Wrightson just put these like super extended arms on it, and it looked creepy, and it worked.
Yeah.
And it's easy to lose sight of that aspect of comic strip.
See, he's done it again with this guy on the right, hasn't he? His arms very long.
Yeah,
Probably not
yeah.
too long, but it's
Oops, sorry.
But again, it's like it's an incredible creature, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But there's just an element of if you try and be too realistic, too correct, you can lose something.
I think you're dead right, Russ, because these people know how to draw, and that's the bottom line, isn't it? They know how to draw, they know the form, they know why an arm works or an elbow works like that, and that's the thing. And if you're tracing things, which we've all done, we're not capturing why it's doing it. We just like the image and we nick it.
I am just starting to understand after doing it for a long time now. I'm just starting to appreciate and understand those things. and it's making my artwork better, I think, and it's not making it more correct. It's just making it better.
Right.
And you know, I mean, the perfect example of that would be Kirby. He could draw. He could draw all day, every day. But he made his he made this style. Do you know what I mean? He made this blocky, wonky, mad style, and it's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty, and yet it doesn't. It's bordering on surrealism. You know, it's bonkers.
Yeah, I think you've got to know the basics. To cheat, you know.
Absolutely must, yes.
And that's what these people do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why we look at them and
marvel.
Decide to give up.
Here's some marble.
Yeah, no,
Something
I've
to stare at for a
decided.
while. Yeah.
I've decided that they're my benchmark.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I'm not gonna be arrogant enough to say I'm anywhere near them, but they're my benchmark. You shoot for the stars, you'll hit the moon. You know.
Yep, that's right. Very Steranko, that one on the left, isn't it? The guys folds on the guys. Clothes.
Yeah.
The face.
Space work there.
The depth in the one on the right. Good lord.
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it? The guy, isn't that guy on the beam looks like the demon, doesn't he?
Up here?
Kirby's demon, yeah. Kirby's demon
almost.
looking down with his cloak.
Yeah.
And that lovely line at the end to get the definition of the wall right at the back. Fantastic.
The way he fades out the back.
Yeah.
How he has it literally looks lit. I mean, that's just great.
And the depth he's showing here.
Yeah.
Dropping back.
Yep.
Yeah. Just amazing.
Again, his use of hard shadows is just amazing.
Right.
Like the thing pointing over from like the beam above and looking down is like, ooh, I'm gonna eat one of these people.
Yeah. They're all menacing. Lambs being led to slaughter.
It's a really interesting influence.
There we go.
Oof, got that Karloff. It's alive.
Yeah. They almost a Steranko layout there, though.
Yes, those tombstones
Screaming,
and things.
yeah.
Yeah.
The tombstones are great. The whole piece is just amazing.
Yeah, it is. Just phenomenal piece.
And I love his like werewolf, bear. Just kind of looks like a cross between both.
Man, bear, pig.
Yeah. And like most of his werewolf drawings he tends to do, he's always running off with a girl.
All line work for that texture here is just amazing.
Yeah.
And then the drop back thinner lines for the haystacks and just
this
beautiful
piece
stuff
on his
in the clouds.
website of a guy like leaning over a fence that had like some skulls on it. Stuff.
Oh yeah,
It looked
Yep,
amazing.
iconic.
Those clouds look like an explosion, don't they?
Almost, yeah.
It helps give more of the sense of movement in the piece. Like you get the feeling that the werewolf's moving just by the clouds. Love it. Granted, I could look at Wrightson all day.
Yeah. Here's a couple of pages from Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
Keep going.
That's
like
the cause of his tendonitis right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That hurts just
like
looking
a
at it.
woodcut.
It's so good.
Just amazing. Just crazy good.
On that bottom left of the first page, Randy, is it white on the mast? On the sail on the mast? Is it got white out on it?
Yeah. That's what it looks like. It's like a little zip screen on there with white over top of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it closer here. Sorry, folks. Nope, I'm very sorry. That is not, I doubt that's even white out. This is all line work here.
Wow.
All
So it's
just
like wood.
delicate. It looks like
It's
a
like
gray
wood
tone.
cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. Here, take a look. Go in closer on that.
Wow,
Look at that.
Look at that.
The weight of
Thin,
the lines
thick,
as well,
thin.
light to thick. Yeah.
Yeah. Just amazing stuff. All of it's just delicate line work. There's no gray tone on that at all.
So I just want to sit all day and watch him do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What about
Same
the rigging?
here.
The rigging as well, Randy. Is that the same? Just white left there, white of the board, so to speak.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god.
Woodcut, almost. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fabulous, isn't it?
beautiful.
He's suddenly found his style, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, this is where he really cut loose on his Frankenstein stuff. Like that.
I think it's Gene Colan's approach in this and his pencils. It's the kind of we said it before about there's actually no black, is there? There's always light in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's what he shows, and
Yeah.
Gene Colan does that with his pencils. When we covered Gene Colan, I said that when Tom Palmer,
Couple touches of it. Yeah.
Klaus Janson came along, and his style is really suited
Yeah.
Gene Colan because he's very loose.
It's the wood beams here. Just really stand out. Against all of this scientific equipment here. Just crazy good. So I would imagine that both of these are probably a week's worth of work alone.
Oh god.
No, he just did it before breakfast.
Yeah. It's a Sunday afternoon piece.
Yeah,
Dinner.
he put his Kirby head on and got on with it.
Yeah. For all you artists that are coming after me, screw you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
There you go. See
You
what you
look
can
at
do
this.
about that.
Yeah. You can stare at both of those for hours. Just pick up the way he did the water, the sails, just amazing.
I want to see the pencil work to see where he starts inking it and when he leaves out. Does he render it completely, or does he just know that he's going to go in there with that?
I don't know.
Happy accents.
No, he can't have that many happy accents.
No, this is all skill here.
He knows what he's
Oh
doing.
yeah, no, that's all
Yeah.
skill.
This is talent.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd all draw like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Two more.
Oh, look at that! Look at those clouds. Wow.
Look
Damn.
at the strain he's got in his arms and his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
All
the
of this delicate line work here.
The lighting on that tree.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
and just the jacket / cloak the guy's wearing. The way
Yeah.
it's picking up the light. It's just amazing.
I've seen something of that image before, like something similar, an illustration somewhere.
Probably in the actual Frankenstein book. Yeah.
Yeah, that's from Frankenstein. So at least
These
there's
are plates that didn't quite make it.
Yeah, he has similar plates in there of these scenes.
No,
Yeah.
I meant like another medium, like another story.
Can you imagine, though, doing this, getting this done, sitting back and looking at it and going, I could do better.
Mm.
Yeah. Don't put that one in.
Don't put that one in.
I'm not happy with that one. So
Yeah,
it's
this one
only-
sucks. Why do I do this one?
Yeah, it's only taking me a week to do it, but forget it.
On this
Look at
tree, you probably can't see it that far away from the camera, but let me pull it up closer and you will see that is all horizontal,
Wow.
all horizontal lines
Jeez.
Oh dear God.
on that tree.
Damn.
It's all just beautiful line work,
He draws grass like I do.
one blade at a time.
Yep.
True. Trees are fun.
Flexi curve.
Yeah.
I actually really love drawing trees.
I'm doing a tree model right now. It's a pain in the...
I was gonna say that can't be easy.
Nope.
Granted, medium I do love to work with is, I mean, I do a lot of paintings, so, and I just like working with like landscape paintings because I can just kind of lose myself in them.
Happy little trees.
Exactly.
Yep.
Then you have happy little Allison.
Mm.
Ready again. Here we go.
The tree I'm working on is like gnarled, and it's supposed to be an evil looking tree, so it's need all the extra rendering work, I guess.
But isn't gnarly?
Gnarly, yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah,
Gnarly, dude.
very much so.
Discovering the body in the grass.
The shadow behind him, because it almost looks like a coffin.
Here, yeah.
Has that guy who's dead in the grass only got one shoe on?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, probably.
Had to get rid of the other one, had a hole in it.
No, I'm just thinking of Chinatown when he found that shoe and he lost his shoe in that water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like the way on the left hand side of the smoke is alive, isn't it? Yeah, it's alive.
Mhm.
It's alive.
And again, all textured, mostly horizontal lines here for the background. Oh,
Oh. Like Mr. Spock.
out of the inkwell.
Wow.
Fantabulous.
Mother of Pearl, Father of the Mutants by Bernie Wrightson. If you find this book at a show, buy it.
Yeah. It's worth
That
every
was,
penny.
I don't know what it's being offered for on eBay, if it is, or even Amazon. So
that was an education.
Wrightson's fantastic like that, though. Just want to learn how to ink, you look at the best.
Yeah.
And that's the book, folks. So thanks for watching us. This is the 1st of September, or October, I should say, of 2023. We'll be looking at a lot more stuff like this all through the month, a lot more horrific material, some EC stuff, some oddball stuff, maybe even some crazy large monster stuff. We never know.
I'm just looking on eBay. This book is on for £120.
Is it?
It's actually not bad, considering the print run's very low.
And then
It
below
was an
that,
incredibly low print run, yeah.
below that, there's one for there's one for £40.
Oh, I snatch
You've
it.
got one signed, that's £56, and then there's one for 28, 53, 54, 49. So you're getting an idea of what it would be.
Yeah. So when you're saying straight from the best, so you're saying Vince Coletta?
Yeah.
I don't know why they'd be selling the signed version of that so cheaply.
Yeah, I
Maybe
have
they
no
don't. Maybe they don't know.
They might not.
Might not.
I'm going straight to eBay.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to be looking for when I get paid this month. If I have enough. We'll pick up the signed one too because I don't believe the version I have of this is falling apart. So, and I think I got it after the fact when I had all my rights and stuff signed.
There's one here on eBay for $22.19. Mother of Pearl condition art portfolio is what they called it.
Figured it.
There's another one here for 24, another one here for 49, 34, 75 for one, 69 for another. So it's about 50, 60 bucks, 65, 66. Somebody's got it here for 146.47.
Is it graded or anything?
I don't know what makes that special other than the person selling it thinks it is. It's from the United Kingdom.
That's
$9.99. Jerry West Estate, The Mutants. Somebody doesn't know what this book's worth. There we go, folks. Bid on that one. It's there under eBay, $9.99 plus $4.92 shipping.
It's like worth every penny.
Yeah, that'd be worth buying. There's one here for $179.99 plus $5.17 shipping.
What? Why?
There's a few
different? Why
copies
the
up here.
massive
60
difference?
bucks. Yeah. Well, you get what you you get what you can get for it. It's only as valuable as the next person's willing to pay.
Well, yeah.
There is a copy of House of Secrets number 92 CGC 4.5 here in the same listing for 746 bucks.
Jesus Christ!
I think I sold
sounds
that.
right.
I sold that book for 10 bucks. Way back when I had a comic shop. Yeah. Great stuff, folks. So glad you were able to view it with us. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. So deeply appreciate you being here. If there's anything else that you want us to take a look at, make sure you drop us a comment wherever you can, and we'll consider it. Absolutely. I want to thank everybody for coming. Deeply appreciate it. Whiskey, tell folks how they can find you. Where'd that come from? Oh, Allison, you blew it up.
I didn't mean to share that.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
well, it popped up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about it? What's up?
Oh, this is part of my submission for Antarctic Press.
Cool.
So working on a kind of a Shanghai-esque city, Shanghai/Nagasaki.
Ooh, we know what happened there.
Yep. This is what I've been working on for my Stray Cappies.
Oh, there you are. Yeah.
And
Blind superhero or blind samurai, some kind, Ronin
kind of a samurai,
or Ronin, maybe.
more of a Ronin. Ronin is a samurai. But yeah, and this is I was working on this on my stream on Friday.
Great. Since you're up, you might as well tell folks how they can find you.
Well, you can find me on the Indie Comics Network Fridays, 3 p.m.-ish, when I can get myself together to do it. I'm right here all the time. I'm on all the regular social media. And, Vic Medina and I are going to be doing another stream together where we're going to be doing a Monday nights, play around 9 or 10 Eastern Standard Time that we're calling the AV Squad. Because Allison and Vic, there we go.
We got it.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are you going to be talking about on there?
We're going to be drawing, and we'll probably have guests on, do more
Cool.
drawing, hang out, that type of thing. But this is basically a draw stream where the two of us can hang out and draw and have other people on to draw. So, I invite all of you.
Would
If
be
you got
fun.
stuff to push and whatnot and you want to do.
When is that on, Alison?
Oh, it's going to be Mondays, like a week from Monday, I believe is what we're going to start with, like around the 9th.
What time?
9 or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We haven't quite ironed out the time yet.
Cool.
So be more of a leaning towards late-ish night, not like overnight yet, but late-ish night on the Eastern Seaboard. Well, at least
Well, that's 2 a.m. where I am, so I'll probably be up to see that.
I can completely understand that.
Glenn's always up.
Like I was last week.
Yep.
Yeah. Whiskey, tell folks where they can find you.
You can find me on the old X there. Just gonna pull up the thing, and there you are. Bandit Ricochet on X. Send me a message if you want to get something made in 3D, and I'll get you hooked up. Kind of working on this 3D right now today, actually. Just working on the trunk.
Oh, trees.
Yep, spooky trees for the season, I guess.
Looks like the bonsai tree I have in my front yard. Yeah. Anything else, Whiskey?
That's it for today, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Russ, tell folks how they can find you.
You can find me at russleach.com. All my stuff is there. You can pick up a connection to my email list there, sign up for my email list, and I can tell you more about the art that I'll be showing you in a sec for the Shadow Kingdom, which is being produced right at the moment. But you can also pick up Only Death Can Save Us and merchandise and all the rest of it, and also sign up. Go and link to my social medias, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. You can get the whole lot at russleach.com. This is the latest page, so that's another page there. He's just decided to take out some lizard people.
What'd they do to him?
There's some of the fight scene.
That's brilliant. I love that panel there with giving it in. That's fantastic.
It was yes.
It's the way his feet are off the ground.
Stuck him good, yeah.
Yeah.
That lizard man ain't coming back from
Nothing
that fight.
short of what he deserved.
And there's the start of the action panel. So it's coming on kind of good, really. It's very. I'm very close to the finish on pencils. Actually, I've only got 6 more pages, I think.
Wow.
So then I can start getting on with inks. And something else you'll find on my website is a connection to my YouTube channel, which you might be watching at the moment, or you might be watching Indie Comics Network or Randy's channel. But I'll be doing sessions once a week. We're inking this book, so you can come and see how it's inked. There you go.
Sweet.
Nice.
Good.
Glenn, tell us how they can find you.
I'm dying at the moment. You can find me. Yeah, you can find me on Fund My Comic, where my Hatch character annotated book is currently on a campaign. If you go to New Haven Press and Amazon, you can get my book about Jack Kirby, about the 2 visits I made to his house. And on Amazon as well, there's 13 issues of my magazine, Comics Unlimited, which is a magazine about comics. And there's various other things, projects coming up, so just keep around. I'm on all social medias and all that stuff. And usually here with the guys on Fridays and today, Sunday, with Randy.
Yeah. See, here's your Hatch annotated over at Fund My Comics over there right now, folks. And take a look. Whoop.
Yeah, take a look at it. There's all sorts of stuff there. There's artwork on it. There's hard and soft cover books and various pieces of artwork that you can purchase if you wish or support. So take a look, please.
Come on, catch up. There we are. Yeah, go over Fund My Comic. Look under Hatch. HATCH. And take a look at Glenn's work here and buy into this campaign.
Thanks for showing that.
No problem. Happy to do it. And folks, while you're over at Fund My Comic, go and check out, let's see if I can get to it from here. The Out of Obscurity campaign. Also, there it is right there in front. Somebody must have just bought into it. 53, 1800. We're well past goal. Oh, and it closed 17 hours ago. Sorry, folks. It's too late for that. So,
You
deeply appreciate you looking at it anyway. Yep, I teased, but it's done. So That's all she wrote there.
But they can get it through you, can't they, Randy?
Yeah, they can. We might have a few stray copies available at the store after it's printed, but I am not sure. From the way Luke was talking about it, they were just going to print to order and let it go after that.
Wow.
So that's a lot of great little short stories and a little bit of monkey nonsense. Spank is in there narrating the book, and there'll be a short story in there by me as soon as I get it done. So
I've no doubt it is a funky monkey.
Is that after that Doctor Who story you're doing for me?
Yeah,
The not story, article.
the one I forgot all about. Yes.
Yeah.
I will get right in. Yep, I will get that done. Don't let me forget. Great show. Thank you all. Thank you, Levi. Thanks for stopping by. Chris, thanks for stopping by. Ifrin, HR. Yeah, all you others, appreciate you.
Yep.
Really appreciate all the folks that watch us after the fact, because I know 9 a.m. on a Sunday is difficult for everybody to be up and around for, but we do appreciate you stopping by and taking a look. This whole month, we're going to be looking at some phenomenal horror comics, so make sure you stop back in every Sunday, 9 a.m. We'll be here. Plus Friday at 5 a.m. Comics by Night. We'll be doing the same thing. Not the exact same thing, but we'll be looking at more great horrific comics all month long. So
Very exciting.
stop by and take a look. There is some phenomenal stuff coming up. You do not want to miss. Anything else, folks? We deeply appreciate you being here. Make sure you talk positively about this business. It's too much energy and hate out there, not enough love. Let's show some love for this industry, show some love for comics, and remember, hating ain't creating.
Yep. If you got time to bitch, you ain't drawing.
Exactly. Yep. Just shut up and make.
Yeah.
Shut up and work. Yep. Do great comics, folks. And if you love this business, tell folks all about it. Make sure you give comics as a gift. Christmas is coming up, and there's lots and lots of great graphic novels available for great Christmas gifts. If you've got a horror film fan out there, go out there and dig up some of these old Vault of Horrors and Tales from the Crypt and Eries and Creepies, and they'll be impressed that at how great that they are. I promise you, there's a lot of great stuff out there. So other than that, visit your local retailer. Say hello. Look at those boxes closest to the ground. There's all sorts of great prime gold out there just waiting for you to discover. If you, especially if the mainstream or the mainstream, I hate even using that. The corporate comics aren't quite making it for you. There's all sorts of great comics out there just waiting for you to find. So I was really impressed. I stopped into a Barnes and Noble last week and was super impressed by the variety of stuff they have there. A little bit of Marvel, a little bit of DC, 2 whole racks of independent books, some of which I had never seen or wanted to see up front and personal before. I'm probably going to have to go back and buy about 3 books that I saw there, and a whole ton of manga. So go there and enjoy, folks. Black Box Comics in the house. Deeply appreciate you. What's up, everyone? Thanks, Black Box, for stopping by. We were just about to step out. We just got done taking a look at The Mutants by Bernie Wrightson. The great Bernie Wrightson, I might add. And you'll probably see more Wrightson here later in the month.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be surprised. So, folks, take it easy. Remember, Sunday Funnies here at 9 a.m. every Sunday morning. Comics by Night, 5 a.m. every Friday morning. We'll look at more great, phenomenal comic stuff, great graphic storytelling. I hope you'll join us. If you like this program, tell other folks. Like, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that love button. Like and subscribe over at the Indie Comics Network, the Randy Zim channel, and the Comic Book Black Belt channel as well. Make sure you give us some appreciation. So we deeply appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Anything else, folks?
Buy independent comics, especially ours.
Especially ours.
Especially us.
Yep.
So this is the divine intervention. You could become a spiritual guru on your own, but you just have to tie your shoes. And you just have to know how to eat burritos backwards.
Absolutely, folks. Words to live by.
I will never be a spiritual guru because I can't figure out how to eat a burrito backwards.
There you go. He explains it, but that's a much longer clip. Folks,
good.
We'll see you. Say what?
I'm
You're
good.
You're good?
One's enough, right?
Yep.
Take care. See you soon.
See ya.
Das Vidania.
The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors. Have a question or comment for us to address on the show? Have a topic you want us to talk about? Email us at indiecomicsnetwork@gmail.com. Want your comics to arrive in pristine condition? Head over to GeminiComicSupply.com and save 10% on your next Gemini mailer order or anything in the Gemini Comics Supply store. Use coupon code RAGIN10. That's RAGIN 10.
If you look at something and there's nothing there, what's the difference of figuring out what it was in the first place?
Oh, you silly, simple bastard.
Bye, Jack.
We really shook the pillars of heaven, didn't we, Wayne?
No horseshit, Jack.
No horseshit.